What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, and I'm jumping a little bit further into the picks because I have class in a little bit, so I want to actually get to class. This is going to be between NEXT.kz and Kharkiv from the Starseries Season 3. We see NEXT.kz already picking off two powerhouses, Naga Siren and Enigma, so that deadly combo is there. Kharkiv is going to respond by first picking up Leshrac and then second picking up Templar Assassin and someone else. It's going to be Chen. So they're going to have a jungle. They're going to have someone to actually help out that hard or easy lane, depending on if they want to pick up another damage dealer, as well as someone to hold the mid lane. The band's looking pretty normal. Yeah, there's nothing really surprising about that, except for the fact that Chen and Naga Siren got through. I guess that's kind of in exchange for Rubik and Lone Druid. But NEXT.kz with their third pick, they picked up the Venomancer, so they're going to have a lot of support going. Naga Siren will be their carry hero most likely. They could choose to pick up someone who also has, a lot of team fight potential. Maybe someone like a Brewmaster would be pretty good to really set up with a Naga Siren, get a nice clap off after that black hole. Unfortunately for NEXT.kz, their combo isn't going to be full on because Darkseer is out of the pool, and Naga Siren Darkseer, that's just a blast for everyone to watch. Except for Kharkiv, that's not so fun for them. Kharkiv instead going to pick up that Tidehunter, and the idea behind that is that when the Naga Siren's singing, you're just mashing that Ravage button, just keep pressing it, maybe you get it off, maybe you don't. But either way, hopefully something will happen and everything will go well, but so far if Kharkiv get caught out in a giant team fight, they're going to get mopped because NEXT.kz's heroes are full on team fight. Very smart ban from the Radiant team, making sure that they don't have Queen of Pain, because if Naga Siren allows for a sleep for Enigma to black hole for a sonic wave, that's vicious. Enigma's black hole will take away refraction charges from the Templar Assassin so that she will get hit full on from those big spells. Instead, NEXT.kz going to go for another support hero, Shadow Shaman. Also a fairly good hero to combo with the black hole song. The wards do deal very small amounts of a small radius, I guess, of splash damage. So if you get the black hole really tight, then that'll work. And wow, they're picking up Luna. Kharkiv busting out the IG. Gonna go with two very soft but very powerful damage dealers. Luna and Templar Assassin. Luna most likely going to be babysat, while I don't know, their hard lane's gonna be kind of weird. Usually you want Templar Assassin in the mid lane, Chen in the jungle, and then Luna, Tidehunter, and Leshrac. Gonna have to get one of them to go in that hard lane. Maybe they're gonna have the Tidehunter in the easy lane, Leshrac, Luna in the hard lane. They have some flexibility there, but their two carries are pretty low ranged. I mean, Templar Assassin and Luna have pretty much the same range. It's a little bit better than Naga Siren, I suppose, who has melee, but still, the team fight from NEXT.kz, I don't know, picking up a very soft hero like that might not have been the smartest choice. Morphling is still in the pool, but Kharkiv absolutely avoiding that hero in favor of Luna. So they do have something up their sleeve. They do have a lot of crowd clearing ability, so that Eclipse will hit the NEXT.kz lineup very hard. Enigma, Venomancer, and Shadow Shaman tend to be very soft heroes. Enigma usually will build up some bulk, but Venomancer and Shadow Shaman will just evaporate to that Eclipse. And NEXT.kz going to finish off their lineup with Bounty Hunter, a single target focused hero. So they're probably going to focus on the Naga Siren getting a little bit more farm, not exactly looking for those early game team fights, because they have Bounty Hunter, they have the Enigma, and they have the other two support heroes to actually hold down the fort so that Mantis could get a lot of farm. Let's actually open this up. The gold permit, it's fine. Okay, let's see who's playing what. We have a stand-in for NEXT.kz, Cobra on the Enigma. Equal is going to be playing the Venomancer. We have Mantis playing the Naga Siren, Stallcat on the Shadow Shaman, and once again the Creator of the Universe playing the Bounty Hunter. Once again, Nesty. And if you don't understand that, it's because Nesty is a StarCraft player, and he's the Creator of the Universe. I'm sure you could look it up somewhere. Always Wanna Fly is going to be playing the Leshrac, going to the bot lane with Dubas as the Chen. Following up right behind is the Captain Artstyle on Luna. Mid lane is going to be Unstop, playing that Templar Assassin, and Mag is going to be soloing up the top lane. He is not going to have a fun time at all. Most likely he's going to rely on getting a couple of stacks off so that not only for him, like later on in the game, but so that Luna could also just shred those Ancients later on, get a giant jump in the gold. Looks like Cobra is, well, yeah, those clarities kind of signify that he's gonna go into the jungle. Stallcat and Mantis hanging out on the top lane. NEXT.kz, of course, the Bounty Hunter, is gonna be soloing the bot lane. He's gonna have a little bit of a better time than this Tidehunter because, well, he could just sit there in invisibility. Is there any true sight here? There is some true sight for the Chen, so Bounty Hunter's gonna have to be very careful. Luna going for a very peculiar build. 2 rings of protection. One is definitely for Basilius. And wow, I didn't know you could actually attack runes and not get out of Shadow Walk. That's actually really freaking weird. But 2 rings of protection, 1 for Basilius. I'm not sure what the other one is for. You don't really need anything else. Mag already taking a lot of damage. Mantis gonna pop off that Riptide. Mag getting blocked off by his creeps just a little bit. That's gonna force out his salve. Already not off to a great start, that Tidehunter, but really, what do you expect? Equals the Venomancer soloing up the mid lane. So this is gonna be a farming Venomancer. Very interesting use of lanes by NEXT.kz. Usually you see Venomancer as a support hero. He even took Poison Sting at level 1 instead of that Gale, so he wants to shut down this Templar Assassin as much as he can. And he's actually going to get it done pretty well. He could actually land some hits on him, actually going for denies. And with Venomancer's increased range, Templar Assassin's not going to have the best time in this lane. Of course, Templar Assassin is one of the strongest mid lane heroes in the game, whereas Venomancer is exceedingly mediocre. So she will probably get harassed just for like levels 1 through 3, but then later on she'll be able to bring it back. Mag still getting shut down pretty hard in this lane by Stallcat. Meanwhile, NEXT.kz is having a pretty easy time. I really want to know what Luna's actually going to go with those rings of protection. Well, I guess she's going, that makes sense, Basilius and Tranquil Boots. But it's against an easy lane. I mean, they knew that Bounty Hunter was going to go on that bot lane. Bounty Hunter rarely goes anywhere else. Against a lane such as that, you really don't know. Mag might be in a little bit of trouble. Cobra's coming around with 1 level of stun. Is there a net? Yes, there is. Mag is in a huge amount of trouble. The Riptide will be enough to bring him down. And First Blood drawn by Mantis. Definitely a great start for that Naga Siren. But as I was saying, usually, well, they expected the Bounty Hunter to be down here. And if you're going to go, I guess, for 2 rings of protection, you would typically want to go up against a hard lane so that that armor actually pans out for you, but right now, like, the armor not doing much for her at all. But I'm sure everything will be fine in the end. Dubas sitting next to an invisibility rune. He doesn't have any creeps on the map, I don't think. Where are his creeps? He must have sacked his creeps for something, I don't know. He's just gonna go back into the jungle. The bottle has been picked up by the Templar Assassin. He's going to head right back to the mid lane. Equal has not opted for a bottle. Is there a bottle here? No, he's not bottle crowing or anything like that. He's going to go for a very straightforward harassment-based build, but Unstop will win these engagements because of that full bottle. You can see the refraction charge already getting instantly dissolved from that Poison Sting. And if she gets hit by a Gale, she'll be in a little bit of trouble. That refraction will not give her the EHP that it usually does. A very unorthodox move by NEXT.kz. You see those refraction charges getting burned down. Very unorthodox move by NEXT.kz, putting Equal in this mid lane as the Venomancer. And here comes a Tornado. But I think it's actually a pretty smart move. I mean, who else is going to solo the mid lane? Shadow Shaman will do decently, but Venomancer versus Shadow Shaman against a TA. Venomancer definitely has an edge there because he could just burn through those refraction charges, whereas the Shadow Shaman is more bursty, and if that burst gets blocked by the refraction charges, well, then you're in a very sad position. Tornado completely missing as Equal circles around. I'm going to go back for Unstoppable, do a little bit of damage on him. He's not going to get a kill, though, because of that invisibility rune. Poison tick damage not quite strong enough to actually bring down all of TA's health. TA almost level 5 and Equal level 4, so TA's getting the upper hand here. But I don't think the purpose of this mid lane from NEXT.kz was to win it. It was definitely to slow down the TA as much as possible. I think they made the correct decision as far as that goes. Mag not actually pulling out this wave. The Ancients, I mean. Instead, just trying to get as much as he can from this lane, but Naga Siren does have 2 levels up above him. 1500 gold on her. She could probably go for her Arcanes if she wants to, or she might go for a little bit more of an aggressive build, since she's primarily the damage dealer on this team. Already on the bot lane tower with the Wildkin War Chief, as well as, how many points of Edict? 2 points of Edict, and 2 points of that Lunar Blessing. this tower is going to go down extremely quickly. Nothing Bounty Hunter could do to stop this. And there goes the tower, destroyed by the Radiant. NEXT.kz unfortunately cannot hold that, not in the Bounty Hunter's tool set. Kharkiv want to keep pushing this tower, but in exchange they're giving up a tier 1 tower on the top lane. Tidehunter equally useless at defending these types of pushes. So it's going to be a tier 1 and a tier 2 in exchange for a tier 1. Kharkiv definitely get the better of that trade, especially if they manage to kill off NEXT.kz. There goes Split Earth, gonna miss just barely. Wow, that was such a good dodge by NEXT.kz. Artstyle might be in a little bit of trouble. NEXT.kz is going to fight him 1 versus 1. The creeps are there to help out. One more hit is going to do it for each side, but it looks like he is going to walk away. Artstyle, very low HP. He's going to get sent back to the base. Meanwhile, the top lane tower has gone down. Who actually picked that up? It was Enigma with those Eidolons picking up that tower. He does have a soul ring, so more Eidolons could come in. But NEXT.kz, they don't want to stop. They want these tower trades to be even, and Mag is going to need help if he wants to hold this tower. I do think Orange and Teal could actually come over there and help. Orange, at least, is going to teleport back to the base, actually, so he's not going to help immediately. He's going to walk over there, but that's completely fine. Artstyle transitioned up there after picking up his Tranquil Boots, as well as Ring of Aquila. So he's got his early game items down. Magic Stick also to kind of round that out. Now, what is he actually going to go for next? BKB will help him quite a bit. I mean, I don't know, Black Hole. I don't know if NEXT.kz have enough right-click damage to actually bring down a BKB Luna, even if they do get it in a Black Hole. So Black Hole might not be the best choice for him. He might want to go for something a little bit more bulky. Just go straight up health. Play it kind of like a Naga Siren, I guess. That's an option for Artstyle, but really it doesn't matter because anything he gets will have its use. Mantis still sitting on top of the gold per minute chart. He does have power treads actually, so opted for power treads instead of those arcane boots. Personally a build I favor more. That does signify that he wants to be aggressive a little bit earlier on instead of just farming with the illusions all game. We're going to see what he actually wants to do with this. He can go for something extremely aggressive and damage based. Go for something, oh no, Unstoppable might be in a little bit of trouble. Stalkcat is trying to close the distance, but he gets stunned. Is there an Edict Malefice stun? There is not. Psionic Trap going off. They're not going to chase this. That was just to shut them down just a little bit. Stalkcat unfortunately was not in range for the Hex, even though it kind of looked like he was. I don't know if he was holding it or if he wasn't out in range. But Templar Assassin does live from that, and some asshole is mowing like the grass outside. It's really loud. Hopefully you guys can't hear it. Equal getting Psionic Traps beam from Artstyle as well. The Split Earth misses. Equal, do you have your ultimate? Yes, you do. Might be enough damage to bring down Leshrac. It definitely will be. He gets Duke down, but Stalkcat is on the run from Artstyle. One more beam to finish him off. Chen picks up that kill. 2 kills in exchange for 1 for Kharkiv, and this is going to mean a tier 1 tower in the mid lane. Fortification trying to slow them down. But at this point, this tower is already forfeit. There's nothing NEXT.kz can do to save this tower. Is Artstyle going to get this last click? Is he going to do it? Or Unstoppable, I guess, could also get the last hit. But no, it's actually Mag trying to recover a little bit from his shitty top lane. Really interested in seeing what this Naga Siren wants to do with this. Purge will help against Track, if it actually comes down to that, but she also has mirror images for that. I really don't like the Radiance build on Siren. I really don't. But she might go for it. It's viable. So far, Kharkiv would have the gold advantage. Not by much though, only 1500 as far as the gold goes. Experience actually in favor of NEXT.kz, most likely because of the Enigma's faster jungling speed than the Chen. Ended up getting more experience on him. Oh no, Psionic Trap onto Equal. Is the Split Earth going to hit this time? It's going to miss once again. Equal going to turn around and try to do enough damage to always want to fly to take him down. He's going to get very close. Stalkcat comes around with a shock to make it an even trade. Leshrac for Venomancer, both support heroes, both a fine trade. Stalkcat once again trying to get this Track onto Unstoppable. Yes, Track will give the Hex the time to land, but there's the long range shackle. Unstoppable is in his tower. The refraction charge is taking very long to actually burn through. Black Hole being used for this one. Do they have enough damage though? NEXT.kz is taking up the tower. Unstoppable is surviving. He's gonna get taken down eventually with teleports coming in. Always want to fly. Gonna get the Split Earth on Stalkcat. Edict damage as well. Stalkat's going down. Goodbye to one more, I guess. I don't even know what those are. Blasts of power, I guess. Once again, an even trade, 1 for 1. The score is dead even at this point, but a TA in exchange for a Shadow Shaman as well as a Black Hole. TA's life probably worth a little bit more than that. But it was they did get something out of that, where it looked like they wouldn't get much. Mantis continuing to push out this top lane, gonna pop off the illusions and try to stick him on this tower. This tower is in deny range, however. A little bit of a miscalculation from Mantis, as Mag could start working on his friendly tower to get this denied. Let's see if he wants to do that. And so with Unstoppable here, there's no chance that the Dire will get this tower. Yeah, there you go. It's going to be denied. Art style. He's going to go for a BKB. So it is going to help him against the Shadow Shaman, the Venomancer, as well as that track. But the black hole damage plus the right clicks of NEXT.kz, will it be enough to actually bring him down within that? Ravage now popping off for NST. What are you doing there in the pile of Kharkiv heroes? Sonic Trap is coming off, cooldown 5 seconds, but Mantis is trying to teleport away. Split Earth is going to hit, and Mantis is going to take a fall. Little bit of a miscalculation there. Just like 0.5 seconds off of that teleportation. But with the kill on the Bounty Hunter as well as the Naga Siren, two very, very high bounty heroes, or high priority heroes to actually get kills on. That is going to mean a push coming from Kharkiv on the top tier 1 tower. Blue circling around though, that is art style. He's going to pop off his Eclipse, going to go for Stallcat. Unfortunately, the range creep getting one of those beams. Hex now onto art style. Here comes the creeps. The Setter Hailcaller actually using his blast on the Venomancer. Art style is taking a lot of poison damage, but Equal is trying to stand his ground. Art style does have enough health and damage to bring down both the Venomancer as well as the Shadow Shaman. The wards are not going to bring this tower down to deny range. ST trying to go for art style. A track as well as a Shuriken Toss is going to bring him back. Bring him down before Dubas can actually send art style back, but in the meantime, the top tier 1 tower has gone down 8-5 in favor of Kharkiv, and they do have the tower advantage as well. So Kharkiv building a pretty large gold advantage as well as experience advantage for themselves. Actually pause the game. Dubas pause the game. As you can see, the experience in gold vastly in favor of Kharkiv. And you can also see that the gold is spread perfectly for them. They want their 2 agility heroes to get the bulk of the gold, and that's exactly what's going on. That Eclipse was pretty damn good. That angle was just perfect. Stallcat and Equal sitting right next to each other, getting hit perfectly by those beams. Nesty getting something out of that, though. Luna was a very good kill to pick up there. And he got the track just barely off so that he could get that extra gold. Looks like Siren actually went for a Vanguard, so not neglecting her HP. Pretty good move, considering the amount of burst damage coming out of the enemy team, and the amount of physical damage as well. Templar Assassin as well as Luna hit pretty hard at this point in the game. Vanguard will help her to survive. Enigma picking up the Arcane Boost as well as the Soul Ring, so he's going to have mana to do pretty much whatever he wants. He should never be out of mana, really. Shadow Shaman going to go for the nothing build. Bounty Hunter just has Phase Boost as well as a Poor Man's Shield. The Shrek has Arcanes as well as the Tide Hunter. There's lots of mana flowing around for the Kharkiv side. Unstoppable also has his Blink Dagger. I'm calling him Unstoppable. I actually don't know if that's his name. I should probably just call him Unstop since that's all it's saying. Nesty might be in a little trouble. There goes the Dust Pop Off Gush as well as the Edict damage. You're going to go down, son. Templar Assassin picking up yet another kill. Score sits at 3-1-2 versus Mantis' 1-1. So the agility heroes are definitely being a lot more active for Kharkiv than they are being for NEXT.kz. Looks like they want to go for Roshan. They do have a meld, level 2, so not the most armor reduction, but still 4 armor is pretty good combined with the Gush, which is maxed out. So that's a lot of armor reduction for that Edict to do a lot of damage. This Roshan's going to get torn down. NEXT.kz, I don't think they're aware of it. They might be with this ward, but even if they are aware of it, they're going to have to act pretty quickly. They're circling around now. The Song of the Siren is up. This could be disastrous for Kharkiv. There goes Shock as well as the 4-man Gale to open up. Oh no, they're all clumped up for this black hole. This is going to be devastating. Cobra's getting in position. There's the black hole, and the Song of the Siren goes off, and everyone from Kharkiv is going to die. Unstoppable still at full health, but he's the only one left. Hex on him, and there's a Sentry Ward, so he won't escape this one. Net on him as well, and everyone from Kharkiv just gets obliterated. Perfect engagement from NEXT.kz, and that is the power of the Naga Siren. That is the power of the Enigma. Wow, that was just a beautiful, beautiful engagement, and Chen is like, what the hell, guys? Why did you do that? But what looked like to be for sure Roshan for Team Kharkiv is now going instead towards NEXT.kz. It's going to go on to Mantis. So NEXT.kz pulling out a big, big team fight. That's what I was saying during the draft. Kharkiv is very much an individual-based team. They do have the Ravage, they do have a little bit of Pulse Nova and Eclipse, but Against the Naga Siren Enigma combo like that, there's really nothing that you could do. There's all this shit happening outside my window. I should get up and close it, but I'd rather just sit here and cast this game. You can see it with that one fight, the experience, the gold, I'm sorry, dropping down all the way to 0. Experience dropping down in favor of NEXT.kz as they tie the score up 9-9, plus that Roshan experience. Mantis now getting a net onto Artstyle. Gale to follow, but there's 2 teleportations coming in. Mag wants to use his Ravage. He didn't get it off in that Roshan pit fight, but those 2 teleportations are enough to ward off the 2 heroes from NEXT.kz. As you see Unstop moving around with about the jungle with Always Wanna Fly. Both teams kind of wanting to group up. They know that the black hole is down. They know that the Song of Siren is down. So this is the time for Kharkiv to make something happen. They do have their own big ultimates. They do have the Ravage. They do have the Eclipse up. And that is a lot of damage. If NEXT.kz are caught out of position, someone is going to go down. NEXT.kz want to initiate a push. Round 2 onto this mid lane tower, but here comes Unstoppable, going to line up the side blades, going to do a huge hit on Equal. There goes the Ravage, hitting Equal as well as an STE for Eclipse as well from Artstyle, going to instantly evaporate that Bounty Hunter. 2 down for NEXT.kz. Stallcat's going to try to run out of this, but between the Blink Dagger, he's going to try to teleport out of this. No, the beam with the mini stun. Stallcat's going to go down. Luna with the glaives, too much damage there. Taking a little bit of damage from the wards, but their wards are just free farm at this point. 3 down for NEXT.kz. What's important for them is that they didn't lose their Naga Siren, they didn't lose their Enigma, they didn't want to lose the Bounty Hunter, but you never want to lose 3 in exchange for O. But the Ravage as well as the Eclipse were popped, so kind of pendulum swinging side to side. Both teams, if they both have their ultimates up, I do think NEXT.kz does have the advantage there because Song of the Siren doesn't care if you have Ravage. It's just simply not going to let you get it off. Tier 2 in the mid lane. Here's Pink comes in. They don't know if she has Song of the Siren. She's completely out of mana, so she just completely mind gamed the hell out of Kharkiv. Beautiful play by Mantis, but also a very risky one. I guess she did have Aegis, so it wasn't that risky, but with no black hole to follow up, it would have been a very close fight. Looks like Naga Siren with that Blade of Alacrity going to go for a Diffusal Blade, so she wants to be doing the right click damage. And they also really want this tier 1 mid tower. They kind of need a little bit of creep wave there if they actually want to get it. Cobra's here as well with the Eidolons. Or no Eidolons yet. He's actually not using a mech though. Perched up on him where no mech. Oh no, actually Dubas does have a mech. This tower's going to start to take a little bit of damage. Mag getting in position, but there's a Song of the Siren from Mantis looking for someone. Cobra's going to try to get into position, but no, the Song of the Siren actually draws him away. Mag is the one they want. They are going to get him with a huge amount of burst damage. The Hand of God might keep him alive though. Mech to follow up, and he does teleport out of this. Unstoppable is trying to go for Stallcat. Black hole completely whiffing, actually only catching the edge of Always Wanna Fly, but still not a great black hole. He's going to get taken down by the Pulse Nova. Still healing coming out from everyone. Mantis going to go for Always Wanna Fly. Is going to get him, but in exchange for the Bounty Hunter, so far it is 2 for 2. The Aegis has also been popped. Mantis is trying to get out of here. Stallcat and Equal are still here in this area. Mag is unable to get his Ravage. Another 15 seconds for that. I don't think this fight is going to last that long. Artstyle now on the run. He's very weak. Stallcat going to hex up Mag. Gale missing, but the net is there, and Artstyle is going to go down to one more right click. Mag is going to try to get this kill on Stallcat, but the shackles are there. Mag, 5 seconds until his Ravage. He really wants to use it. He was so close. Not enough time there. NEXT.kz winning that fight pretty handily, but once again, that is because they did have their ultimates, even though they completely whiffed on both of them. The Ravage wasn't there, the Eclipse wasn't there, and if those 2 team fight spells were there, then the fight definitely would have gone a lot better for Kharkiv than it did go for NEXT.kz. That sentence makes no sense at all, but that's okay. English is not an important skill if you're going to be casting games. Anyway, 14 for 13. So far, this game is pretty dead even, I have to say. Only 1,000 gold in favor of NEXT.kz. The experience is looking the same exact way. But in the end, all of that only helps your team fight by, like, millimeters. It just, ultimately, the Ravage is what's going to count. The Luna ultimate is what's going to count. And on the NEXT.kz side, it's going to be the Naga Siren ultimate as well as that Enigma ultimate. Panic Traps going out. No free 1 gold for the Enigma, but Artstyle leading the charge against this tower. Going to take a little bit of damage from these Eidolons, but he's also going to get quite a bit of farm from them. Lots of Kharkiv heroes are here. They do have the Ravage. They do have the Eclipse. So this could be devastating for NEXT.kz, especially since Mantis is not there. He has to get back there right now if he wants to teleport this to defend this. Equal taking a huge amount of burst damage. He's going to stand his ground. He knows he's dead. Nothing to do once you're caught out of position like that. He gets brought down, and looks like Kharkiv don't want to stop. They do still have their big ultimates. They do have Edict in 5 seconds as well. Dubas has 2 creeps. Not the optimum solution for pushing, but it is more than enough at this point. Look at the creep wave coming in. There goes a blink in from Unstoppable, instantly killing the Shadow Shaman. Eclipse is also popped off from Artstyle, going to try to go for Cobra. Unfortunately, the creep wave taking a lot of that. Equal in the middle of everything. He's going to die one more time. Nesty now invisible, but he did get dusted up. Psionic Trap as well. Test of Faith from Chen, bringing him lower, closer to death. Earn Charge, but he's going to pop off his Magic Sticks, and it looks like he's going to be okay. But 2 down from NEXT.kz. Mantis was not even in that fight, but I think if he was, he would have been the #1 priority. Artstyle, no, Mag is actually going to be the one sent back. Everyone gets to get out except for Dubas. 1 hit kill, and you are dead. Unstoppable, what are you doing there? Mantis closing the gap very quickly and taking off another one of the stragglers. Templar Assassin and Chen have gone down, so NEXT.kz getting something out of that fight. Was the Ravage used? I don't think it was. It was not. Eclipse was, however, used, as was the 9 seconds, I guess, BKB charge. So even though they got a pretty good engagement there, Kharkiv did, they ended up losing 2 more than they really expected. That will mean NEXT.kz get a little bit more walking room. Black Hole is up. Song of the Siren is up. Oh, was it Song of the Siren that canceled off the TA's ultimate? It must have been. Yeah, it makes sense. Mag might be in a little bit of trouble now. Cobra trying to close the distance. Nesty wants to get a track onto that Bounty Hunter to get that extra bonus gold for his team. But it looks like they don't actually want to push down the tier 2 mid. They know that everyone from Kharkiv is up. They know that the Ravage is still there. And level 1 Ravage is still a Ravage. That giant AoE stun and damage nuke. Just a completely devastating team fight spell. If they had Song of the Siren, I'm sure they would be a little bit more comfortable about pushing in there, but they don't want to push it, and then with a score this tight, you really don't want to make any mistake, because one mistake could lead to the enemy team getting racks. Look at that. So even. This game is just dead even. So refreshing to see a game that isn't a complete one-sided stompfest. It's not my fault, guys. I'm just casting them in order. I would like for all the games to be like this. Mantis, Stallcat, and ST gonna troll around the enemy jungle, looking for someone to pick off, but they are completely spotted out until they, of course, deward that. Yasha flying in, so Naga Siren's gonna want to go for the classic Diffusal Manta build on that Naga Siren. After she does get that, though, she's going to have to be concerned about her health, because still a lot of magic damage coming out. Nesty is going to spot out Dubas, and if he tries to go for this, it will mean the death of Nesty, most likely, with the support being so close by for Kharkiv. Both teams continuing to farm up. Is there a smoke up here? They kind of look like they want smoke. There's a bracer, it's definitely not smoke. There is smoke on the Leshrac. Are they actually going to pop it, though? They seem to not want to. What is the Roshan time? It's going to be up in about a minute. So that's probably where both teams want to focus their attention. Problem is, NEXT.kz's ultimates are a lot more powerful in that area. I mean, Luna's ultimate will be huge. Tidehunter's ultimate will be huge also. But the amount of lockdown that NEXT.kz have, those heroes won't be able to get their ultimates off. It will simply be impossible for them. But if NEXT.kz, if they don't have enough damage to actually bring them down, then the fight could very easily swing back into the favor of Kharkiv in that Roshan pit fight, because nothing is going to be there to actually tank up those lunar beams, and the Ravage is pretty much guaranteed to hit everyone. Once again, I still can't draw. Did they change this? Is it a different button? It was control. There we go. That's what I mean, right there. Pretty much everything in that giant circle will get Ravaged, and now Unstoppable and Mantis chilling next to each other. Mantis is going to beat him to the race to the invisibility rune, though. Mantis is going to take that and laugh his ass off all the way back to his secret shop area. Both teams continuing to farm. I do think that this will favor Kharkiv just a little bit, because they do have 2 people who could use farm very well, whereas NEXT.kz, their bounty hunter is not in a position to actually be a right clicker, or an intense right clicker that can rival TA or Luna. And everyone else is kind of peaked out at this point, and their ultimates could get a little bit stronger. Their initiation could get a little bit better. But as far as the damage goes, it will go in favor of Kharkiv as the farm fest drags on. Roshan now is up, spotted by the Templar Assassin's Psionic Trap. So that most likely will be a very high priority objective. This Venomancer, wow, he's pretty fat for a Venomancer. Point booster, 2 rings of protection in these items, as well as a hood. Hood won't do all that much against the TA and Luna. It will block a couple of those beams, or a little bit of damage from the beams. We'll get them a little bit more survivability overall. And we'll eventually turn into a pipe to block off Ravage, Pulse Nova, as well as Eclipse. So if Equal can get that farm, that could be pretty big for his team. I don't think there's... Well, there is a pipe in the works. Tidehunter, Mag is going to be the one holding that. So both teams kind of toe-to-toe with their initiation. They have the Naga Siren ultimate. Black King Bar almost up on the Enigma. And then once he gets that, there's nothing that could actually interrupt his black hole channeling. Ravage is not. Lucent Beams can't go through. So that will be an unimpeded black hole. Hopefully Cobra won't whiff again. Here we go. We have a pause, so we could take a little bit of a look-see at these charts. Let's actually take a look at experience per minute. Wow, that's actually pretty surprising. Bounty Hunter doing very well for himself. He's almost at a BKB. He's been involved in 8 of the 17 kills, so not bad for him. I just didn't expect him to be that so far up on the XP chart. Gold per minute though, yeah, Bounty Hunter's right there, so it's kind of a weird spread as far as gold versus experience, but you know, whatever. Mantis is still sitting at the top though. It's going to be a very dangerous Naga Siren. But Kharkiv, they do have more than enough power to burst her down. Luna getting a Mantis style of her own. And aside from that, just basic items going up, basic cheap items. Desolator on the TA. So if they try to go for Roshan, that will be a ton of minus armor. What is this? We have 5, we have another like 6 something? 8. And then of course another 6. That's a ton of minus armor. And Edict will get amplified by that. Unfortunately, we all know what happened last time they tried to do that exact same thing. Whole bunch of angry NEXT.kz heroes came down on them and they got completely wiped. Or like almost completely wiped. Dubas managed to survive. Both teams know that Roshan is a pretty high objective right now. But Mantis doing his job, pushing out the creep wave on the bottom lane, ensuring that someone has to teleport back for Kharkiv, but the NEXT.kz side, they have to go back right now because their tower is very low, taking a lot of minus armor from that Desolator. There goes the Song of the Siren. Everyone is fairly grouped up. Is this black hole going to hit on everyone? He needs the black hole. Is he going to lay it down? There's the black hole. It is perfect. Perfect black hole. The Wise get dropped down as well. But the Ravage still comes out. Artside with the BKB, just standing his ground. Not enough damage throughout that black hole. And it's just going to be a disastrous fight for NEXT.kz. Equal is trying to stand his ground. ST running for his life as well. Equal going to get brought down by the TA. Only 2 people to survive. Artstyle does beam down that Shadow Shaman for a triple kill on the Luna. And that's one poor fight could mean the game. The Ravage came out, the Eclipse came out, and NEXT.kz simply did not have the damage to bring those core heroes down during the Naga Siren ult and then into the Enigma ultimate. The damage simply wasn't there. I don't actually know if... I'm pretty sure the Enigma ult actually did get interrupted by something. I'm not sure what it was, but once it gets the Black King bar, that won't happen again, but the damage has already been done. Raxes have gone down. That will put Kharkiv at a very huge lead. It will mean that they'll continue to get stronger and stronger as the middle lane constantly pushes into the Dire base. And combine that with the decreased bounty from those creeps. That will mean that the agility carries for Kharkiv will get a lot stronger, a lot faster. than the agility heroes. Art Style might now be in a little bit of trouble as a lot of NEXT.kz heroes are coming, but he does have support. Eagle taking a lot of damage, but he does have that hood to block a lot of that magical damage. Mantis now coming around, gonna throw a very long range net. What the hell range? Always want to fly. He's gonna get engaged upon, but he's gonna get sent back. Is there enough burst damage to bring him down? No, there is not. He's gonna live at like 75 HP. Very clutch test of faith there, bringing his ally back. Holy Persuasion. I mean, test of faith no longer does that. It used to do that. It used to be Test of Faith was a nuke or a send back, and then Holy Persuasion just, yeah, that was a while ago, I guess. They managed to save Leshrac. Barely. And NEXT.kz, they don't have the capability to fight just yet. Neither does Kharkiv, but the ultimates for the Radiant will be up a little bit sooner than the ultimates for the Dire. Black King Bar still not up on this Enigma. He really needs that Black King Bar if he's going to fight, because the odds of him catching out every single person with that black hole going to be very, very low. Once he gets that Black King Bar, even if he misses the Tide Hunter, even if he misses the Leshrac or the Luna, he will get his full duration black hole off, which will prevent the Ravage from coming out, which might prevent the Eclipse from coming out, depending on who's actually caught in there. But Luna is getting really, really big right now. Black King Bar, Manta Style, going for a Butterfly as well. Going to counter off a lot of damage from that Naga Siren with that evasion. She doesn't have the most health, though, so the magic damage might be enough to do her in still. But the tier 2 top lane is going to be in a little bit of trouble. The Edict is there, the Lunar Blessing is there, and the Manta Style illusions cap it all off. Is going to get Chen of all people that tower kill. Mantis is going to close the gap. He wants to use his ultimate and initiate. Everyone is spotted out by NST. There goes the Song of the Siren ult, but no one is in position for this. War Trap on Always Want to Fly. They want to bring this Leshrac down. He is going to go down for sure. There's no chance for this Leshrac. Goodbye, Leshrac. But here comes the pipe from Mag. He's going to try to close the distance. Black Hole is still up and available. Ravage goes off, but the Black Hole on 3. Everyone from the Radiant side is in the Black Hole, but Unstoppable gets Hex up before he can actually do anything. Mantis trying to hold his ground versus Artstyle. Artstyle is getting the better of that engagement, and Mantis is forced to fall back. 3 down for the Radiant, 2 down for the Dire, but everyone from the Dire is still on the run. Unstoppable and Artstyle are still the ones alive. Good positioning by the Templar Assassin to actually get out of there. You bring down that Enigma in very few hits. And the fight, once again, well, this time didn't go the way of Kharkiv totally. But they did burn the Black Hole, they did burn the Song of the Siren. Ravage and Eclipse, I believe, were also popped, though. So they did technically lose that fight, although mid lane pushing in will prevent NEXT.kz from actually following up at all from that fight. I should take another look at the experience and gold. 5,000 as far as both goes, actually. And they seem to want to go for Roshan after a pick, perhaps. Ward's coming out to spot for that, which will reveal the Venomancer's position. It will not reveal off the smoke, however. NEXT.kz transition into the enemy jungle, looking for someone to pick off. The Kharkiv seem to want to smoke as well. They're positioning themselves for it. Do they actually have smoke? They don't. It's kind of hard to smoke without smoke. Song of the Siren is up. Black Hole is not up, but neither of the big ultimates from the Radiant are up. Illusion's gonna get spotted out, picked up by Mantis. It will give him a lot of control on this map if he spreads them out, or just a lot more power in the team fight. But the mid wave continuing to push in, such a huge burden. Once you lose those Raxes, you constantly need people on that Raxless lane to push that back out. Kharkiv want to take advantage of that. They know that mid is going to constantly be pushing in, so they're going to want to split push this as best as possible. Manta Style being popped off by Art Style. He's going to send his illusions in, try to get as much damage onto this tower as possible. Bounce damage also doing a little bit of hurt to the enemy team. Net going off onto Art Style. No follow-up though. Mantis is going to pop off his real illusions. He does still have his Manta up his sleeve. Is there a Black Hole? No, there's no ultimates up quite yet. The Ravage is up, however, for Mag. That could be huge. He's going to get in position. Song of the Siren going to slow down everyone, but Arcel already has his ultimate as well as his BKB popped. He's going to hold his ground right now. There goes the Black King Bar timing out. There's no follow-up for this. Ravage onto 2 only, but Unstoppable is in the back, killing everyone. There goes the Enigma. There goes Mantis in just a little bit. One more hit's going to bring him down. A complete team wipe in favor of Kharkiv, and that is going to be the GG call. NEXT.kz have had enough. They played such a very close game. What the hell? That is very weird. I don't know what that's about. They have such a close game, but unfortunately, a couple of bad fights did mean that they lost the mid-racks and then the game. Kharkiv with their 2 agility carries was enough to shut down this Naga Siren Enigma combo. I do believe that's because NEXT.kz didn't have enough follow-up damage to actually bring them down during that black hole. But regardless, that is going to mean Kharkiv will take this game over NEXT.kz. This is from Star Ladder Season 3. More games to come, guys. There are quite a few now. I think 3 more that are available to me. So we'll try to get those out. Thanks for watching, guys. GG.